everyone. I'm Carlos Martínez. I'm the CEO of Consultia Business Travel. I'm going to talk about presenting the company, what we do, how we do it, and the opportunity that we have ahead. So we're specialized in business travel. When talking about business travel, and all of us are in the industry, so the first thing is the pandemic and how we have been going and what has impacted the company and how has impacted the industry. So I wanted to start just putting some numbers to see where we are. So this is the revenue, monthly revenue of this year. So basically in September, we recover the monthly revenue rate that we have pre-COVID. So we are in a ramp-up way and with humility, obviously, but we can say that the pandemic is over for us. So that's good news, okay? I know that the sector is not like that. I know that the industry is not like that. And I know that the recovery for all people is not yet there. But we are there, and we will see why we are there already. So, okay. The first thing is that what we do. So we are a hybrid. So the pandemic has for us, change the customer in two ways. The first way is that the customer, the enterprise, need more technology. They want to be more efficient. So the budget that were pre-COVID are not going to be the same post-COVID for the companies. So every CEO is asking where I can save and why, if I had not traveled, I need to spend the same in business travel that I was spending previous to that. So for that, they need data. They need analysis. They need to know where they are spending the money. So our solution is our only one. So we are a hybrid because we have developed a cloud-based application that integrate all the processes that the company need. In that way, we provide that efficiency that the companies are looking for. I will talk later more about what savings we can provide there. The second thing is that the COVID and the enterprise and the people that is traveling need to have a personal attention. With COVID, not all of us, but we have traveling, and the security was not there as it will not be a COVID pandemic. So everyone wants to have someone that need to talk with them if they have any problem. So that is what we call the personalized travel agency services. This is the second part of a service. We have a hybrid model. One is based in technology to provide the company with the savings and the efficiency that they need. And the second one is that we take care of the person that is traveling, and we assign to every of our customers a personal travel assistant, is what we call. Obviously, depending on the company, it could be one, or it could be two, or it could be multiple, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing about us is that we're a startup, as it's called right now, but we have a very senior management team. Myself, Carlos Martínez, so I'm the CEO. I came from Intel. I have been working 20 years in Intel Corporation in Spain and in the US. I have been the global director of business development at Intel. I have been ex-general manager in Africa, and I have been ex-global director of strategy and planning in Intel. The founder of Consultia Business Travel is Juan Manuel Baisauli. He is not here today, but he has built 3 companies with this. The latest 2 has been sold, and right now this is the 3rd one, okay? So growth. We are growing at 100% versus 2020, so this year. And next year, we will grow again 100%. So we have 700 companies already in Spain and Portugal. We opened Portugal in the middle of the pandemic. And currently, 30% of our revenue, it came already from new customers won during the pandemic. We have more than 50 million euros in pipeline in customers. So let's say that we are right now in a very good ramp up. What's the difference? Why we are different, why we are growing so fast? Because we have a unique, we think, I'm humble here, we think we have a unique offering. And the unique offering is that right now you don't need to go to a provider, a supplier for the technology, and to another supplier for the travel agency service. You have both in one, first thing. Second thing, we demonstrate to our customers that they can save between 4 and 6 euros for every one euro invested in our technology. That's a huge advantage. And last but not least is that we can integrate our platform with every ERP in the system. We have already customers with SAP, we have customers with Navivision from Microsoft, and we can integrate. That's a huge advantage because for the company, they don't have islands of information. They have the whole information integrated in their systems. And last but not least, because it's 9 seconds, so we are in a round of investment because we want to expand. We have a strategic plan, very aggressive, to grow over 6 countries in the next couple of years and practically multiply by 10 the revenue that we are getting right now. So with that, thank you very much. And if you want something else, I will be here today. Very happy to answer any question that you have. Thank you. Sorry, the questions. Please.
Sure. Hi, actually missed your name. Sorry. How
Carlos Martínez.
Carlos. Hi, nice to see you on stage today. Very impressive numbers, so congratulations with all the achievements that you and team have made, especially over the last 12, 18 months. Maybe a little bit around the competitive landscape. So obviously, business travel agencies, there are quite a few around, no? There's around the world, in Spain and Portugal. So I would say at the moment, probably the one that has the value proposition that is the closest to you, with that combination of service and technology, would be TravelPerk. How do you see you guys interact with your customers, and how do you sell yourselves as being the newer comer in the space?
Yes, it's a very good question. Obviously, there is competition. It's very aggressive. So we distinguish 2 kinds of competition, the traditional business travel agencies that offer the travel agency services. So mostly all these companies doesn't have technology or doesn't have a proprietary technology. So when the customer asks them for adaptation, for being more personalized, they cannot provide. But mainly, I will say these business travel agencies doesn't have a proprietary cloud-based system that have these efficiencies for the customers. In the other side, if we go to the technology companies, and we can name several ones, SAP Concur, American Express just, I think was 2 days ago, announced the expenses module for them. So they are so focused in the technology that doesn't have the travel agency services. So for a company right now here in Spain, you need to have 2 different players. You can have American Express, then you need SAP Concur, or you need Citrix. The integration of that is a nightmare in the company and at cost. The solution and the unique solution is that they don't need 2 suppliers. They need 1 supplier. We don't need to be obviously being always 3 rounds and you don't know where the problem is. You know where the problem is. Because you have 1 supplier, we provide you everything.
Great.
That's the difference.
Thanks.
I had a question. You said you'd recovered to pre-COVID revenue level. Can you elaborate on that? Because, I mean, who's actually traveling for you to be able to recover to pre-COVID revenue level?
So a very good question also. So the kind of customers that we have, the 700 companies, I know are not the like of, let me say, Telefonica or Repsol. It's not the big corporation. So it's more the medium companies, okay? So the medium companies have been traveling more than the big corporations. Why? Because if you have an engineering, we have a lot of companies that are engineering, and you have a service that you need to deploy something in Saudi Arabia. So you have already built it, but you are not invoicing because it's not installed. You need to go to install, then you invoice. So if there is 1 single moment that you can go, you will go. because you need to invoice that, okay? Another example, we have companies that maintain the telecom towers in Spain. So that has been in the pandemic, I will say, the most essential service because everyone was at home looking or watching Netflix and news and etc. So that people has not stopped it. So I think in business travel, we need to differentiate at least between the big corporation that has been restricted very much the travel. I was working when that started in Intel still, and we have banned the international travels for 2 years already. But the medium companies doesn't have that luxury, let's say, with very humility, that works, okay? So this is why we have been growing more. Our customer base has been traveling more than the average. And the second thing is that during the pandemic, due to our combined service and technology, we have been winning customers every single week. So I will not have say, but it was in the slide, 30% of the revenue of last month, it came from customers won during the pandemic.
Were they customers that previously didn't have automation?
Say again?
Were they customers that previously didn't have automation in their business travel process? Or did you win them from other business travel?
We basically winning from other business companies. Okay. We are receiving calls I will not say every single day, to be honest, but every week from customers that are not satisfied with the current service that their suppliers are offering them.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Carlos, and congratulations. My question is related to what you just said, no? And could you please tell us a little bit more about how you acquire new customers and what's your marketing and sales strategy?
Sorry, I cannot understand very well.
Sorry. I was saying that if you could please tell us a little bit more about your marketing strategy, you know, and your sales strategy and how you are acquiring new customers.
Yes, okay. So just before the pandemic, we launched our digital recruiting process. So we are very active in online. So basically right now, 65% of the customers, it came from online. That's a huge percentage. Prior to the pandemic, it was only 10%. I can say that that has been accelerated also because of the pandemic. So for us to visit a customer in Galicia, for example, they want that we have office there, we travel there, we visit them during the pandemic. It's just Teams and Zoom, okay? And everyone accepted that. So we are winning customers in Tenerife, we are winning customers in La Coruña, we are winning customers here in Madrid. We don't have any office. We have a big factory in Valencia, outside of Valencia, when we have all our personal travel assistants all there. And we are attending customers and new customers basically online. Online meaning capturing them, and 65% came from that. And currently 50% of the new customers came from outside of the Comunidad Valenciana. That was unthinkable before the pandemic.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Any more questions?
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. As I say, I will be today here if anyone is interested. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Joan Lladó. I am the CEO of Stay. Stay is a digital guest experience platform that connects hotels and guests during the stay. We offer mobile applications and web apps for the guest and a desktop solution and a mobile solution as well for the staff members. As a company, we are in more than 1,000 properties in 60 countries, and we are 23 employees. And our company, our main focus is to solve these problems. The first one is a lot of properties, like a high percentage of properties, still use phone to talk to the customer, paper to write down guest requests, and so there's still room for digitalization for all these properties. Second, some properties that try to digitalize their guest experience use hardware solutions such as TV, software, touchscreens on the lobby or in-room tablets, and that requires a lot of CapEx, which right now is not possible for the situation of the hospitality industry. And third and fourth are connected. There are so many software solutions on hotels, and there's high rotation of the staff members, and the qualification for digital solutions is not right. So for hotels, it's really, really tough to train their employees to use these digital solutions. Our solution is built around the guest device, so that requires no CapEx. And what our focus is to bring the most innovative but also simple to use solution for the staff members. It's so easy that we even launched a do-it-yourself solution that allows any property in the world to create their own app without our help. And it also lets us integrate our solution on even large hotel chains with no PMS integration, no anything integration. And that makes it really easy for us to acquire new customers. We've been doing this for 10 years, and we've grown up from just a mobile app for the guests into an all-in-one solution, thanks to our customers' requests. So now we are offering a service system, a restaurant reservation system, room service request system, etc. The question is, why us? Why Stay is the company to look for when looking for a digital solution for hotels? First, the founders, we are from Ibiza. And as you know, Ibiza is really linked to hospitality and guest experience. And second, we think Spain is the best place in the world to build a software solution for the hospitality industry because we have the knowledge and the credibility, but also the cost structure for our salaries is really, really competitive compared to US or UK. And as you can see, great companies were built in Spain and are leaders in their sectors. One more reason is that we are clear leaders in Spain and also in the Caribbean. We work with the 4 largest hotel companies in Spain and also with top companies in the Caribbean, including American companies such as AM Resorts. As you can imagine, it's not easy to convince the 4 top companies to use the same end-user solution. So if you're a guest and you go to an NH or an Meliá or a Barcelona, you're using the same solution, and that's not easy. And even from the top 10, we are working with the six of them. And as of today, we're enjoying an amazing flywheel effect. So we get more customers, customers request new features, we build them for them and for the rest of our clients. And that creates more revenue so we can build a better team and then create new features. So as of today, every single part of our roadmap for the next 12 months has been approved by our existing clients, so we have some kind of free R&D. As of August 21, the top 5 applications on the App Store for hotels and resorts were using Stay, and the reviews are from of the solutions that are using Stay are top tier. And why now? Of course, everyone knows that COVID has changed everything. QR codes have been embraced by the majority of the guests. So now the usage has exploded, but not just the usage, but also the amount of transactions. As of this year, this summer, we have multiplied by 25 the transactions being made from the cell phones of our guests compared to 2019. And another opportunity is that the solutions used on hotels are really fragmented. There are small companies with way much room for consolidation. So we think there's a huge opportunity there. And finally, our numbers, we have grown 100% this year. We are on 2 million euros ARR as of today, and we expect to grow 100% next year as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Could you please tell us a little bit more about the business model, how you charge your clients?
We charge a monthly fee depending on the number of rooms, some kind of number around €1 per room per month, depending on the features they're using. But and of course, we offer some kind of discounts if the volume of the hotel company is large, but that's a good average. Yeah. Like the majority of our fees, of our revenue is fees. We do some kind of integrations and custom services, which is what, set up and ad hoc figure. But as you can see, the majority of our revenue comes from fees.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Juan.
Hi.
We talked a couple of times in the past.
Yeah.
So like, it's great to see you like increasing your portfolio, not working with the top tier hotel chains. My question to you on this one is engagement. So when we talk to like some of the companies that have similar propositions in the past, the difficult part of it is how do you engage with the end consumer, the end customers here who are the guests?
Yes.
Right? Is it from a hotel perspective, like are they interested in pushing it, and how do you incentivize them to push this? So a little bit of your experience in terms of like getting the usage up, like which is your case.
Yeah, for the last 10 years, it's been a nightmare because, as you said, we could convince hoteliers, but then we had a lot of trouble convincing end user guests to use this. If I could summarize it in 10 seconds, I would say QR codes change everything. Now, hotels need to remove the paper from the rooms and from the lobby. They need to add QR codes for the restaurant menus. And they connect all these QR codes to our own app, our central app, and that just exploded everything. I could say it's because we've thought about ingenious things, but I think this is affecting us and my competitors as well. So yeah, I've shown it before. Last summer, some hotels were closed, so we had a huge growth. But this summer that we're seeing like a majority of the hotels opening, it's crazy. I don't have more explanation than people being used to use QR codes. And this affects not just web apps that has less friction, but also native apps. Native apps are as well exploding in usage. So everything we've expected for the last 10 years is just happening.
Yeah. Which part of your offering has the best engagement?
Which one of the?
With your app, like of all the functionalities that you're offering?
As of today, restaurant reservations, which was not that important before, but now, with these, problems with COVID and sizes of the restaurant, etc., it's the most used. Like 60% of the transactions are, or even more maybe, 60%, 50-60% of the transactions are restaurant reservations for the breakfast and for late at night.
Great, thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
So when you say that you work with those top hotel groups, is your app implemented across their portfolios?
That's a good question. With Meliá, we are at 55,000 rooms, Barcelona, 50%, NH, 50,000, almost 90%, Rio, 100%, like maybe 3 or more or 4 more hotels to go.
So what do you have to do to get those? I mean, what's the sort of relationship between you and the hotel group to push the app?
In Spain, it's the ideal situation because the corporation decides pretty much everything. If it was Hilton or Marriott, that it doesn't work that way. In Meliá, we will be approaching next year 90%. There's 10% franchises, etc., that might not use it. The rest of the company, of the hotel companies that are using Stay, we're going to go 100%. We started with AM Resorts this year. We're approaching 60% now. In March, we will be approaching 100%. It's just about deployment, training, etc. But we are enjoying the fact that most of the Spanish companies are family-owned companies, so they have almost full control of the implementation of these solutions. In the US, it doesn't work that way. With the Spanish companies like Marriott or Hilton, they have like hundreds of providers.
And just one other thing, quite a lot of talk yesterday about too much technology and luxury guests and keeping that human touch. So, do you get any sort of pushback from perhaps the higher brands, the premium brands of some of these hotel groups?
In our case, the premium brands of those corporations were the first to embrace these solutions. I need to say that they don't have like 5-star top luxury such as Four Seasons. Those brands do not belong to these companies. In those cases, some of those brands are betting on in-room tablets. They think it's a better guest experience, not in those cases. And as I said, the top brands, Paradisus or Rio Palace or whatever, are the ones testing our product. And as of today, with better numbers of usage.
So what's the biggest challenge to your growth?
For example, I think one of top 3 of our properties worldwide using our solution, it's a Ritz-Carlton based in Tenerife. It belongs to Marriott, and we have the permission from Marriott, but Marriott has so many solutions. I don't include it here. And the numbers are amazing. And you know that the level of the guests is higher and they expect a higher service and they are so happy. In fact, we have new clients that were directors from other properties that had vacation on the Ritz-Carlton and then enjoyed the app and they called us.
So, sorry, what would you say is the biggest challenge to your growth then?
In those companies, in existing companies?
Generally.
Before it was that we could show a great demo, a great product, but we had no metrics in terms of engagement. As of today, that's not a problem anymore. I mean, in 10 seconds, I can show a real property with real metrics. It's amazing. Every single property we launch, we've launched this year, every single property in 1 week has enough metrics to be happy in terms of transactions, users, engagement, surveys, it's everything. So my challenge from today on will be competition, not usage or companies not being ready to use this. Everything has changed. She has seen me so many times talking about this. I've never talked about metrics from guests. Now I can freely talk about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hi, everybody. Hi. So I'm Víctor Navarro, CEO of Different Roads, and he is a Spanish tour operator working in over 40 countries so far, and I'm here to introduce you TripPlan as a solution for the new travel trends. Thank you. So first, I'm going to speak first about why we believe the market needs a new solution for the new travel trends, and then how TripPlan apply as a solution to this need. People want to travel on their own. This is a figure where you can see how great the RFID is compared with group packages. This is for Spanish leisure trips abroad. But it's almost the same everywhere. But it's not easy to arrange your own trip. A lot of decisions to take, destinations, right dates, length of the trip, a lot of info to get, right sites to visit, what to do, how, when, how to move, and a lot of work to do. Design your itinerary, book flights, book activities, accommodation. And we believe that the travelers' available tools are not enough. These are all great tools that we all know. They are very useful in some way, but they provide massive amount of info. And if you really want to arrange your own trip, at the end you still have to organize and decide everything at your own. There's no real criteria or selection. Actually, this is one of many polls conducted for hotels.com in 2019. It concludes things like average person spend more than 10 hours on a much larger period of time planning a holiday. 25% consider planning one of the biggest stressors. 37% said they have made mistakes in booking, or 25 quit on holiday because they found organizing the trip too tiring. So it is complicated to arrange your own trip still. So how TripPlan applies the solution to this need? First, we do all the research for travelers and help them finding the best destinations, deciding the best stop at each destination, and the best activities and entertainment at each stop, together with the info needed at every place. Second, we propose the ways to best discover all these places with different itineraries, with day-to-day essential activities, and just for your recommendations, all customizable and ready to make it yours. It's a shame that it's not moving the screen, so we'll see it much better. But anyway. And third, we allow you to arrange and book your trips on your own, editing the proposed itineraries and stops, adding the best suitable flights and rental car or accommodations, adding the right activities and the entertainment for you to make the trip 100% yours. Designing the trip for your friends with customer service support, outlining your trip itinerary with all the services included, booking all the services at your convenience, and all with just one click. And finally, we let you make it social. Let others join in on your trip, find plans new to you, or publish your own to increase the fun. Share your pictures. And that's it. Easy, personalized, collaborative, trustfully, social. This is CivitFun. Thank you.
Thanks, Victor. So where are you in terms of current customers, and how do you plan to scale?
Well, we haven't yet launched the app, so we are not taking care of the customers right now.
Okay.
But we're planning to have our own service customer available as an option for customers who want, because this is, the model is just like an annual subscription fee. So if you apply or pay for that, you have the right to contact by chat, by phone, by email, the service contact, whenever, just to check what you're doing, you know. If you're not enough confident about something that you're planning on your trip, you can just contact, ask the support. They are going to be kind of specialists for that.
And how much of a threat do you see Google to your business?
Well, I mean, I think Google is like, they give you all the content, but what we're providing is our selection. It's something personal. So I don't see Google as a competitor, you know. I think we are an option, just a personal option. We're gonna recommend, or we are recommending just what we believe is the best option, not everything, you know. If you go to Berlin, you're gonna find 5 restaurants in our recommendation, different profiles of restaurants, but at the end, there are the 5 that we believe that are the good ones.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kike. How do you decide which activities and which destinations are the most appropriate for this kind of single travelers? No? Is it user-generated content, or it is your team who decide, no, which activities to
No,
promote?
we don't decide the destination. I mean, we already have worked over 40 destinations, have content over 40. We started for the main ones, and we are growing on that direction. But when we say that we help to decide the best destinations, is because we have like itineraries prepared, standard itineraries prepared with the standard activities. And then you can add something else on your taste. So for these standards, we have the cache data. So we are able to work out how much it's going to cost, let's say, to go for a week to Norway. So we know in that period that you're looking for how much it's going to cost if you are flying from Madrid. So we show you as if you were in a tour operator website. You go in, you see a lot of products, and you have the price for all of them because this is a fixed product. So we have our proposal to you for you to have some orientation or I want to go to Europe, so I'm going to have a look and see what Europe has to offer to me. And then you decide. We help in that decision.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Well, I have something that's kind of half comment and half questions, or I'll let you decide whether you would like to respond to it at the end or not. For travel, like it is a sector that is known for being very difficult to be a startup in the B2C space. We have the Booking.com, the Expedia, who spend multi-billions of dollars every year on digital marketing. And so customer acquisition is typically very difficult for a young company who doesn't have a brand out there. So how do you see that for you to make it work in order to be able to acquire sufficient number of users to break even, like at a level that is sustainable? Because otherwise, if you spend too much on marketing, then it's going to be a vicious cycle in a way.
Well, this is going to be like a free app to download. We're going to just try to promote it in different markets. And I think this is something new that is not available right now. So we just hope that people download that and start to use it. And then if they feel happy with the info, they just have to pay a small amount per year. And in terms of profitability, you know, our main business is not coming from that fee, but because we are providing the bookings straight to the customers from the app, so we are already negotiating the fee commissions from their providers, you know. But that's the main thing here, that we have our commission.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi there. Hola. Morning, everyone. Hi, my name is Pablo. I'm the CSO for CivitFun Hospitality. I want to welcome you all to the new era of travel and tourism, right? And I say so because this world has been changing lately too much, and since COVID changed a lot. So for instance, if I asked you how many of you have done the online check-in for your plane to come here, how many of you have done the online check-in to come over, right? And how many of you have done the same for your hotel? 1, 2, 3, I like that. 95% of you have done it with CivitFun. The reason why I ask this question is because a few years ago, talking about online check-in in planes was a chimera. No one was doing online check-in. We all wanted to line up in a desk, be there like super friendly and 2 hours in advance. And the airplane industry changed so much thanks to Ryanair and other players, and everything got digitalized. And a few years ago, we decided and we questioned ourselves, like, why we can do the same for hotels? Why you need to line up in a reception, missing like 30 minutes, 10 minutes, when all you want to do is get to your room. So we saw the opportunity to change the hospitality world forever. And thanks to COVID, that happened way too fast, or way too faster than we thought. So we set up a mission, and we set up the mission to digitalize 100% of the check-ins of our customers, hoteliers. And we wanted to offer them a simple software to use, the easiest tool on the market, to offer their customers a different customer experience, not only on arrival, but also online. And doing so, we were allowing the hoteliers to digitalize their databases. That's something very, very important nowadays. And we did so, and we partnered with some of the biggest companies in the world. We are already providing like online check-in for some of the big players. Some of them, the whole digital strategy is based on our software. But when you land on the hospitality industry, and when you land on Planet Hospitality, then you realize this is bigger than hoteliers. There is way more players to attend. So basically, while we achieve like 70 integrations and we are operating from one single place in more than 20 countries, we process 3 million check-ins and we process 10 million euros in payments. making sure that the customers were ready to this digital experience, we realized that there were more players, as I was saying, and these players were a big chunk of the market. There is like a 2,000 chatbox application with some, like Stay Up before. Stay Up is one of these 2,000 guest experience apps. But there is also 600 or more OTAs, like online travel agencies. And these online travel agencies are selling hotel experience to customers. Hotels don't know who they are. So we decided to expand our mission and make it longer because this was going super fast, light speed, by the way. So these players, for some of you that you don't know, maybe examples like Booking.com, MTS, which is a tour operator for touristic holidays, Hi-Fi or Stay, that you just got a nice presentation here. These are companies selling travel, selling hotel stays, selling experience that also needed the online check-in. And we developed the Integration Hub solution, and the Integration Hub solution allows these companies or any other in the industry, like different roads, to offer their own online check-in solution, branded, to the customers, so they can also help their customers digitalize their database or digitalize their own database. And if some of you have seen the Booking.com online check-in lately and have done a check-in, that's powered by CivitFun, by the way. Booking.com chose us because it was faster than any other solution. It was cheaper for them to develop, and this was a proven technology. Nowadays, we are just offering the simplest, fastest, and smartest way to create a digital check-in, no matter if you're a hotelier, a travel agency, an online tour operator, or anyone, at big or a small scale. And this is what I wanted to present today here. This is a great product, and it's one of the 2 products of our portfolio. We have the online check-in, so hoteliers can brand it, the form and everything, and this Integration Hub product that allows anyone to create their own form in their brand, and the data flies seamlessly to the hoteliers, appearing on the PMS, digitalized in both databases, which is key right now. And this is how we are operating now, and this is CivitFun, what I wanted to present, a company not only with our own mission, but with the passion to help others achieve their mission, as we saw on Stay, as we saw other companies. We are in a position to help them achieve their mission, because what is clear is that the hospitality world can't wait for the digitalization to happen. Thank you. Hi.
I saved my question to you from last week, Tina.
Yeah, I was to say, like, you didn't ask last week.
That, do the hotel have any control, like for you to give the check-in away to the OTAs or the tour operators?
Yeah, exactly. So the hotel can, there's 2 different products. So if the hotel purchase CivitFun directly, the OTA has no information that that hotel has online check-in. So the hotel sends the check-in link to their customers directly. So if they got this temporary email that the OTAs sometimes send to the hotel with a reservation, so whatever at Booking.com, that's a temporary email. Hotelier can send the invitation, but that invitation will be for the direct check-in. So the hotel can choose who to invite to the online check-in. That's a marketing tool that they use. They use different marketing strategies. So for instance, PortAventura, it's mandatory for any customer to do the online check-in either before or on arrival. So they are digitalizing their database for the last 2 years. And others are just sending a WhatsApp and offering that to get a VIP experience on arrival.
Yeah. So obviously, they want to avoid a situation of a confusion, no? So from an end user's perspective, if you are getting 2 check-in requests, which one should you
You will
respond
never get 2 requests. So for instance, for the hotels working with Booking.com, we disconnect, or Booking, the contract says hotel disconnects can't send the direct check-in invitation to Booking.com customers. So when Booking.com offers their online check-in, they position better the hotel in their search menu, whatever in Booking.com, with the online check-in available tag and all that stuff, and COVID-free and all that information that helps with this software. And the hotel cannot send to that email address an invitation to check in online.
Okay. Thank you.
That's control in our side. Thank you. Great question, though.
So if I've checked in online via a link, how do I get my key?
Well, you always, in Spain at least, in some other countries not, but in the main countries in Europe, you still have to go through reception because they need to prove that you are the same person accessing the hotel. Next year we will be talking about face recognition, but the industry is not ready for that. So we have different options. We partner with some of the main ASAP, Lloyd, Salto, key factors. We can open doors with the phone, with the key on the phone, with an app of the vendor, of the Salto or whoever. If it's a PIN code, you can get a PIN code straight away sent to your email the day of arrival. But most of hotels will ask you to go to reception yet. What we allow to our customers is to impact on customer arrival. It's not the same that you arrive to a hotel and they ask you for your ID and they make you lost or spend 5 minutes in the reception with a paper process or with a admin process than spending those 5 minutes on selling you services on the hotel, on selling you the experience, or welcome you differently. That's what we allow to our customers, to personalize the customer experience.
Thank you, Pablo. Can you give us some info about your growth and also explain a little bit which part of your growth you think was directly related to the COVID situation, no? And what do you expect it to be when we all come to normal?
So our growth right now is 10x because the COVID has changed everything. We were the only ones doing online check-in before COVID. And then now on the sudden, our phones were ringing non-stop because if you just place on Google online check-in hotel, CivitFun was there. We were the only company doing that. So we went from 100K to right now we are for 40K, 100K, and now we are about to reach 600K. We are 500K this year at the moment, recurrent revenue always, because this is a software license. There is no hardware to install. And basically what we see from the COVID, to your question, is that it accelerates our provision. So we were expecting to be here in 2 years' time because the customers weren't ready, the hoteliers weren't ready to digitalize this. They didn't want to lose this reception feeling, and the COVID changed it all. So we accelerate, and within a year, well, we could see the whole peak and everyone offering an online check-in, PMSs, and now they are not offering this online check-in anymore, and we are surviving this wave. And I would say that 50% of that growth is due to the COVID, at least. Mm-hmm. Our numbers, our expectations were to be around 300K this year. We are going to double that number.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions? No? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good weekend.